Time now to hear from 6 on Your Side legal analyst Greg Isaacs here today to share answers about the possible overturning of Roe versus Wade. Thank you for being here.
Lord, it's good to be here.
We're talking about the draft opinion leaked from the U.S. Supreme Court, which reminds us how the court actually works. That's not often how people think it works. These opinions, Greg, are not the product of just one person. They don't exist in a vacuum.
They don't, and secrecy and professionalism is the hallmark of our Supreme Court, the highest court in the land that interprets and shapes our nation as it interprets the Constitution in a wide variety of contexts. And Lori, two things. You have a historic opinion, maybe, in the draft opinion that was leaked in Roe versus Wade, but also the fact that an opinion was leaked prior to its publication by the court. Now, this has a lot of ramifications. One, the integrity of the Supreme Court took a hit in the court of public opinion, but these are law clerks that have access to these opinions, and if you've seen snippets of it, it looks like someone actually screenshotted on their iPad, their cell phone, this opinion, which had not been released. It's not final. Justice Alito confirmed that it is a draft opinion, and they have begun an investigation. But what you have is whoever leaked this, if they are a lawyer, as most law clerks are at the Supreme Court, one of the highest honors you can have, typically an Ivy League position.
This is huge.
There is huge professional things that could, in theory, keep someone from being licensed, affect their bar status, and it may be a violation of federal law. But nevertheless, what a historic opinion by the justices.
Absolutely. So the leak is one thing. That's huge. Then we've got this opinion, and if it happens, let's talk about the impact on other cases.
Wow. You know, Roe versus Wade decided in 1973, and sometimes we forget in 1973, 30 states had laws prohibiting abortion. It was evolving. The state legislatures were grappling with this concept. Roe versus Wade was historic. Justice Breyer, in a dissent in Roe versus Wade, said it was an example of raw judicial power because with a stroke of a pen, Lori, not what only did it do was analyze the Texas case before it with Miss Roe, it also affected abortions throughout the entire nation. Ruth Bader Ginsburg thought the opinion was too broad, shouldn't have been based on privacy rights.
She liked the idea but didn't like the ruling itself.
It should have been based on equal protection, and she said it failed to take into account state legislatures, and that's something this draft opinion is taking into account if it goes into effect. So you're going to see a lot of changes. How can it impact other situations?
What about Tennessee?
Well, Tennessee, in 2014, we amended our Constitution to hold that abortion is not a constitutional right. 2019, we became one of 23 trigger states. What does that mean? Today, abortion is legal in the state of Tennessee, but if this becomes the law of the land, then it would be a felony to conduct an abortion. If you were a physician in Tennessee, it would be illegal. Now, how is the opinion going to change other things? Be on the lookout for marriage, sexual relationship, and contraception. And what it all boils down to, the justices have said, abortion is not mentioned in the Constitution, strict construction and originalist, and the law with the stroke of a pen will change once again.
What could be next? All right, Greg, thank you.
Thank you.
If you have a legal question for Greg, you can reach out to him by emailing askisaacs@wate.com. And remember, we talk with Greg every Wednesday about the hot legal issues going on at 5:30 right here on WATE 6 on Your Side.